Okay, I know I said I was gonna make a new deck, but I'm working on it. Don't worry about it. But what I can do right now is I can provide a quick fix to an older deck of mine, and that lets it run a lot faster. Now, I know you guys saw in the last pack opening video that I actually did manage to pull 2 more Zekroms, which I kind of like the design on those a little bit better. But I've also tweaked it, put some level balls in there for, the Tynamos and the Electrics. And I've also put Pikachu and Raichu, which can also be, brought up by level ball. And they've been something that I've kind of really been wanting to put into this deck, but haven't really had the push to, like, go out and get them. And then level ball was just like, Raichu's got 90 HP, free treat, does a consistent 100, and you can just be really good to go with it. And that's what I did. So we'll just go ahead and jump right into the game. I'm using the electric decks I previously mentioned, so I'm going to lead with Tynamo. And then my plan right here is I don't really like this hand too much, so I kind of want to get a Cleffa into play and hope he's not able to take me out on the next turn. That way I can evolve the Tynamo into an electric, and then get a Pikachu in play, evolve that into Raichu, and then just bring Cleffa and then shuffle out that hand from there. But he puts an Audino down. Now, Audino, you flip 1 coin for every energy it has, and then it does 40 damage. So he could have taken down a Tynamo right off the bat. Fortunately, he doesn't, and this is where it all actually happens to go downhill for him, right on turn 1, because he didn't kill this thing off. But what I, end up doing just because I draw into the Cleffa is I just decide to get, oh, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get the other Tynamo because why the fuck not? So, decided to put down the third one. I was a little hesitant about whether or not I should have because I didn't know whether or not I had that third electric. But I thought, you know what? I might as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retreat out to Zekrom, let that thing take a beating because I don't want my Cleffa in danger of being taken out by Audino. And he puts a double colorless on it, which means he has the potential for 120. And that kind of scares me because he does 80 right off the bat. But I draw into a double colorless, and I'm just like, you know what? Why don't you take a step back and literally fuck yourself right in the face? Because that double colorless puts me from 0 to 100 damage in 1 turn, which is enough to take that Audino out. Now, that's actually really fucking cool that I did that. I did not expect to do that. But that does hurt his momentum a little bit. All he has is a Staryu, and I was like, alright, you know what? It's a good game at this point. He puts 1 energy down on it and evolves it into Starmie. Now, I have 80 damage on me. I have 50 HP left. His Swift does 50 for only 1 energy. And that kind of sucks because I lose my Zekrom right off the bat. So his deck is moving actually a little bit quick too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an energy on that Raichu and then just shuffle out my hand because it's the only thing I can really put energy on. It turns out I draw into another electric as well. I just decided to put the energy down while I had it. Had I had the Zekrom on the bench, I definitely would have started building that up too. But for now, I can get a second electric up and then put down another Zekrom, shuffle out my hand, should be good to go. Now, the thing that I don't really think he processed was that I think Swift might be able to go through the Pokebody, because I was looking at it and it says this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effects. Now, I don't know if that includes my Pokebody, but he decides to go for the Confuse Ray right now instead of the Swift, which I think the Swift might have been able to take me out. But we kind of got that. And then I have a lot of energy in my hand, which really helps. But for now, he just decides to evolve that thing into a Fracture. I want to play damage control on that thing while I still can. Fracture does have 90 HP, Raichu's T-Bolt does 100. So that's going to be my plan on this next turn if I were to have woken up. Technically, I do wake up because I'm confused, so I might as well try that. And then, I'm just going to retreat out, catch her in the Fracture. But I think there's this, like, next Destiny's kind of fucked up stuff, and that you have to do your things in a particular order, otherwise it gets kind of picky on what you can do and then undo. I don't know if that happened in this game where that happened right there, but I get 3 electrics up. Takes up a lot of bench space. I don't really have a lot of wiggle room in terms of things I can build up, but when I can get them pretty quick. So do take out the Fracture, and then, that's going to take me my second prize. He has a Starmie left, and I'm like, okay, I got this. What I can do is I can build up Zekrom with the Electrics. I discarded 2 from Raichu, and then I can put 1 down, so automatically I'm good to go on Bolt Striking. Plus, I'm going to use Engineer's Adjustments to put another Electric deck in the discard pile, and then it turns out I draw into another Engineer's Adjustments. But because I have all these Electrics, look at how many Electrics I have, like, good to go. Just wow, look at that. 4 energy down in 1 turn, and I can just do whatever the hell I want with them. But I'm going to go ahead and retreat, go out in a Cleffa, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the Dynamotor to put the remaining energy that I'm allowed to put down on that turn onto, Raichu? I think that's what I meant to do. Now, right there, I don't really know why I used that level ball. I didn't really have to. Plus, I retreated out into the wrong thing. I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, shit, wait. I probably should not have done that. I should have gone out into Zekrom. Because I was like, that was stupid. So I kind of just gave him a prize there. But it's not really the end of the world. Like, I make stupid plays from time to time. You guys gotta know this. Like, I really had no reason to do that. It was so stupid. But Engineer's Adjustment's going to get me 4 more. And then plus I can just Super Rod to put it back in. But I'm going to wait until this Zekrom gets taken out so I can put that back in my deck too. For now, I'll get to put down another Pikachu. And then just going to go ahead and Dynamotor onto that. And now my Pikachu will be good to go next turn because I do have the Raichu in my hand. But I'm just going to go ahead and take out that Starmie with a Bolt Strike because I don't have any prior damage on me. And Reshiram only has 1 energy on it. If it gets another one, it can Outrage. I don't even know what it's doing in this deck. But I might as well just hit it for another Bolt Strike, and then I can take it out next turn with either one of my Raichus, and then use the Super Rod to put them back in. This deck now runs 4 Zekroms as opposed to Lanturns. Lanturns were a little bit too slow for my liking. But this is pretty good. So if Lantern had less HP, that would be, you know, a tempting option as well. But just the ability to get the Raichus out that quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and discard those electric energies because that'll let me get them right back. And I was like, you know what? I'm kind of just discarding them just for the sake of discarding them. So I might as well just get a second catcher for no reason whatsoever. But if something gets taken out, then I do have the freedom. What I can do right now is I can use the Super Rod, or I can use the Super Rod in the Pokemon Communication, or I can use the Pokemon Collector. It's probably just going to be... Actually, no, I can't use the... I can use a Super Rod, and then if I draw into a Pokemon, I can get the Pokemon Collector. Let me think. Let me think what my moves thing probably was. For now, he's going to put down some things on the bench and take me out with Outrage. Super Rod to put things back into the deck. Pokemon Collector to get some things back into my hand. And then Communication out for a evolution if I really need to, since the only thing that evolves, I think, is my Raichu. And it turns out I only have the Pikachu. But I did this out of order. Definitely should have gone for the Super Rod first, but I can kind of reverse it, I guess. I'm just going to put the Zekrom, and Cleffa back. He's probably wondering, you know, why I did it out of order. I wasn't really paying attention. I was just really satisfied with the fact I had 3 Eels out, and I was doing pretty good. So, I do have that other Zekrom back in my deck, but looking at it, I only have 2 Zekroms in this deck, meaning that 2 of them are prized. But because I junk armed those energies out earlier for that catcher that I had no reason for whatsoever, it's going to put 2 more electric energies in the discard pile, meaning that I can just power up the Zekrom in 1 turn flat. For now, I have double Raichus going on, meaning that since it's got free retreat, I can retreat out the active spot one and then just go to my other one, charge up the other one, and then just alternate forever between the 2. And then if I really need the extra firepower, I can bring in Zekrom whenever I need to. I bring in that Raichu because if he gets that involved into a Starmie, he won't be able to take it out with Swift. I was tempted to bring in the other Raichu, but, you know, that was kind of an obvious thing for why I didn't do that. So, what do we got? He'll go for Swift very easily because if he goes for Confuser, I can just get out of there. And, yeah, I have more prize than him, so if I were to junk arm out anything, I would probably junk arm out the Twins. Now, what he actually ends up doing is he catches in my Raichu for some weird reason just to take this out, even though he definitely could have brought in the Eel, and that would have given me a hell of a lot of trouble. I haven't been stocking on my Eels at all, which is kind of a weakness. I was like, oh, you know what? He probably doesn't have catchers or anything like that. But cool thing is all of my Eels are still intact. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and build up that Raichu again. I could build up double Zekroms, but just based on the tempo that you guys can see that I've been keeping up through this game, it's basically over anyway. Like, this Zekrom on the bench is good to Outrage already. This Raichu is good to T-Bolt. The active Zekrom is good to Bolt Strike, and all he has is a... he has a Starmie and an Audino left, so it's whatever. I also draw into my final Zekrom, which is, you know, more icing on top of the cake. I was just like, here, you got enough shit in your mouth? Nah, let me give you some on the side, and then I'll put some, like, shit sprinkles on top of that. You want some? You know, just say when, do the little, like, the little pepper thing at Olive Garden. It's like that, but with, like, poo-poo flakes. That's what I'm doing to him right now. But, as you can see, the Zekrom is good to go. If he puts down one energy on Audino, it won't really be doing enough. You guys can kind of see that it's over. So near the end of the video, anyway. I don't think he actually ends up even. Oh, he does hit me, which is whatever. So instead of Bolt Striking, I'm just gonna go ahead and Outrage again, like I did on the initial turn there. So triple Eels, not terrible. I don't normally do it. I try to run 2. And then, you know, but I was like, you know what, on an impulse, let's just run 3, and then it just let me, you know, get things set up that much quicker. Plus, I do 1,000 damage, which is also really fun. So, it wasn't on one hit, it was like 4 across the board, but that's the game. It was a really quick one. I am building up a deck based around that Mewtwo that you guys saw, so expect to see that hopefully in the future. I'll see about getting some codes and stuff like that. But I'm tweaking some old decks, you know, looking for things I can do with them. So if I do make some things just based on, you know, new cards that I got, I'll let you know what I changed. And then in terms of actual new decks, we'll see how that comes along in March. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a shorter one, but you know, for the day that I'm uploading on, you probably weren't really expecting one anyway. So hey, works for everybody. Anyways, that'll do it, and I will see you guys later.